Hey everybody, welcome to I'm Not Crying, You're Crying, the show about anything and everything because it's our show. I'm here with Juan.
Hey.
And Jay.
Hey guys.
And I'm Sean, and this is our theme music. No, that's never going to be our theme music. This, hey, that might be, that sounds like the chicken dance. You guys ever see Arrested Development? Hey everybody, welcome back to I'm Not Crying, You're Crying, Season 3, Episode 8. We're almost at the season finale. We're almost at the penultimate episode. Look at me, guys. Look at me.
Shit over from season 1.
Let's go. Yeah. Hey, look at me. I'm learning.
You are so learned.
I'm so learned, Papa Homer.
Sean's AI is expanding.
Hey, look at me. That's right. All right. Welcome, gentlemen. How are each of you doing this week? And so that Juan isn't confused who I'm talking to. Juan, how are you?
Well, like every other week, I'm tired, but I had an interesting week. Got my first mani-pedi in my life.
Really?
Yeah. First off, for those people that don't know me, I think feet are the most disgusting part in the human body.
Hold on. Question. Do you have feet?
Yes. And you know how I feel about my feet. You know, I don't like showing them, but I wear sandals because I like them to breathe.
Yeah. But your feet are disgusting, dude.
They're horrible.
Not anymore. Fuck you. But anyways, I think
you got a pedicure.
I got a pedicure. Yes.
Was it like that scene from Dumb and Dumber when they were sending Jim Carrey and Jeff Daniels' toes?
So I'm not going to lie to you, Jay. I haven't seen Dumb and Dumber in full. I've seen bits and pieces.
I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
What?
Yeah.
How are we even friends?
We have other stuff in common.
Yeah, clearly not cool stuff though.
Yeah.
Well, let's go back to your pedicure.
Yeah.
Your manicure and pedicure.
Yeah. So first off, I didn't know what I had to feel. So I actually got chemical burns. And my wife was like, baby, why didn't you say anything? And I'm like, I didn't know if it was supposed to tingle and burn at the same time. Because I got a package called Walking on Cloud 9. Mm-hmm. So they remove calluses and they take care of you and put lotions and chemicals and shit like that.
Wait. Where did you get your pedicure?
At some place in Studio City, which I would probably go back because I don't know what weird shit happened on my right foot because the same chemicals were used on my left foot and I had no chemical burns. So I have a theory that I told my wife that I'm scared and I'm hoping I was wrong is because the treatment that I got included them putting some sort of chemical in some saran wrap type thing and putting it on my foot. And I was scared that maybe they reused somebody else's shit and had residue chemical on one of them. And that's why it burnt. But I have some gnarly chemical burns on my right heel.
Why would they use somebody else's chemicals?
I don't know. That's the only theory and justification that I have in my mind because they use the same stuff on my left foot.
Why would you go back to this place?
Because my nails look fantastic. My toes look great. I would tell you this. Sean knows this because he's a fucking asshole. But the times I wore sandals around here, this fucking asshole has taken pictures of my toes.
I do.
And randomly sends them to me. So I could be like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. There's like 2 or 3 things that I'm really self-conscious about me. One of them is my toes. The other thing is my ear. The keloid that I have growing back in my ear. And the other things I'm not going to say because this asshole will probably take pictures of it. Yes. But every so often, because my keloids had gotten really bad, they were like huge moon rocks on my ears. He took pictures and he sends them randomly, even though I don't have them as big. Same thing with my toes. Or, and I feel like his wife has even gotten in the fucking game because they gave me a really nice portrait for our tiki theme bar area that we want to do. And he took a picture to show his wife, oh, hey, he already put him up. And her first response was, are those Juan's feet?
Well, you had sandals on.
Yeah. So
you had on sandals. Look, you can't tell me you're self-conscious about your feet. Look,
I was in my own home.
I've been in my own home many times, and my feet, I don't think my feet have actually touched my floor. I've worn socks.
Yeah, but that's because you're a freak. I feel like my home is my safe haven. So
when I lived with you, Juan, I saw your toes and I almost took a bat to them.
Fuck you. But no, I sent Sean pictures of the new toes, and
it's true.
They look big difference. But I will tell you this. Like all the stereotypical shit where you see like in movies and TV shows of people like talking in Vietnamese to each other, and you're like, I think they're talking shit. That's how I felt, because as she's working on my feet, she keeps on talking to the lady next to her, and I'm like, oh my fucking God.
I guarantee they were talking shit about your feet.
And then the other thing is she had like a grinder, a handheld grinder, motorized grinder that she took to my grand toes and to the heel. And the funny thing is, as that shit is going, the fucking nail debris or residue is flying everywhere.
Did she wear goggles?
No, she didn't, man.
You really need to watch Dumb and Dumber now.
She was a brave one. And then she took that grinder to my callus, and I just saw shit, and I felt bad. Like I felt embarrassed. And my wife is like, you don't look like you're enjoying this. And I'm like, because I'm not. And we're like texting back and forth like little girls. And she's like, is it because yes, because some portions were painful because of how hard they scrubbed. And she's like, because it's painful. And I go, no, because it's awkward, because I'm embarrassed of my toes. But now look at my fingernails, look at my toenails. Like I could walk around just fine.
No, you shouldn't.
I can't. They don't look bad anymore.
I want a manicure and a pedicure.
Have you ever done one?
No, I haven't, but I want to get one done. Because I had my eyebrows threaded once. I got my eyebrows threaded one time.
How was that?
It was interesting. I was with a friend, and she was like, hey, I'm going to get my eyebrows threaded. Do you want to come? And I was like, yeah, sure. And she goes, I'll pay for it. And then we went.
Nice.
Yeah, it was like $7.
Eyebrow threading isn't that expensive, yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Still,
we went to this alleyway on Sunset Boulevard, and I was like, is this the place? And she's like, yeah. I was like, are you sure? And she's like, quit being a bitch. And I was like, all right. So like, they sit you in this chair, and I didn't know what to expect. I thought it was just like they're just gonna pluck some of the hairs, with a tweezer. No. There was this Indian lady, and she's very sadistic, with the calmest demeanor. And then she takes like 2 pieces of thread, and then she lies you on your back in this chair, and then she just yanks like strands of hair that I guess are connected to like brain nerves, because like I feel like you feel like this tingling, like it doesn't hurt, but it's just this weird sensation.
It looks painful. It's like, I mean, they just take the string and I don't know, rub it against your eye. I don't know.
It looks like very peaceful in comparison to wax, because I hear wax hurts a lot more. But I've seen people that have gotten their eyebrows threaded, and then their entire fucking eyebrow area is completely red. So I'm like, this must be painful.
Yeah, for me, like getting my eyebrows done, it's a good thing, because my eyebrows can get out of control sometimes, and to the point where I look like an ethnic Eugene Levy.
Do it. So do you actively like groom them? Like you trim them from time to time?
When I get a haircut, I ask the barber to do my eyebrows.
Really?
So here's the thing. I went to a barber shop, back in March, before the pandemic really hit, or February. And it was the best experience ever because the lady took the trimmer to my eyebrows. I looked like a completely different human being, like took care of me, did the nose hairs and shit like that. And I'm like, holy crap. Then I went back and the lady wasn't there anymore. I haven't found a barber that does all that service anymore, but
you should try Bolt Barbers in downtown LA. They'll give you a hot towel at the end.
Oh, I love a nice shave with a hot towel, man. And that's another thing they did with the mani-pedi. They put hot towels, hot stones. How
long were you in there?
About 2 hours.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, no, it was an experience. So here's the thing, and I know you guys are going to make fun of me for saying this, but now that I'm in this new body, like I'm trying.
Did you body snatch like the whole one?
Yeah, your mom, dude. But anyways,
my mom's dead.
Oh, come on, dude! Don't say that. That's fucked up. No, like I'm trying to find my sense of fashion, my own self. Like I was telling my wife, I think I want to go get my eyebrows done.
You know what I hear? You know what I hear when you say that?
Go ahead.
Hello, Juan. It's me, your period.
I think it is it.
No, but like even like clothing, like I'm happy that I'm buying different clothing. I text you because I know you've bought them from there, but I bought pants from.
Are these the pants?
Yeah, but these are not. I didn't buy all the same brand, like the iSods, the stretchy ones. I bought 3 of them and 2 of these apparently.
You know, Juan. You know what hurt worse than getting my eyebrows threaded? You know what hurt worse?
What?
That nobody noticed.
Oh.
I went to work the next day after I got my eyebrows threaded and nobody noticed. There's only one person that noticed, and it was my gay friend, and he was like,
"They're on
oh
point.
My God, your eyebrows are on point." And I was almost cried. I was like, "Oh my God, thank you. Nobody noticed."
I say that for a future episode, we do I'm not crying, you're crying spa day. And we all go get mani-pedis, massages, and our eyebrows done.
I'm only going if you're paying.
Yeah, I say we do a Kickstarter.
Kickstarter. Okay, then.
Yeah, send the boys of I'm not crying, you're crying to the spa
for a spa day.
Let's get them a makeover.
Yeah, there you go. Maybe we should reach out to Queer Eye for the Straight Guy and have them do a makeover on us. They would probably last a month on us alone.
I think they would last a month on you alone, trying to get you to understand how your current body is still your body. It's not a new body.
I think
it's fair.
I think they'd kill themselves after they see your toes.
That's true.
They don't look like they used to, man.
I'm sorry.
They are on point.
I mean, you have a new fantastic body that was given to you through science.
Well, it's not really fantastic because without clothing, I look like a flying squirrel with all the loose skin, man.
Zoidberg.
Yeah, fucking Zoidberg.
Zoidberg without his shell.
Yeah, like I'm convinced I would be a size 36 pants if I didn't have all the loose skin in front of me, man.
I have a serious question.
Go ahead.
Can I put a before and after picture of your toes on Instagram?
No, fuck you.
Come on. I mean, you're so proud of your new feet. I mean, they do it all the time.
Sean, they would shut down Instagram.
They would censor our content.
Come on.
No.
Come on.
No. See, the sad thing is I know you and you're probably still going to do it no matter what. You're probably going to do it even more fucked up. Find the most fucked up toes you can online and put those as my before picture and put my actual toes before my pedicure as my after picture.
Here's the thing,
Sean. There'd be a warning. This image
content warning,
trigger warning. Yeah,
hashtag trigger warning.
And the sad thing is because we're talking about feet and how much I hate feet. I guarantee you that fucking super listener Julio Campos, fuck you, is going to send me memes, fuck you, or images of pictures of toes.
So speaking of super listeners, and not to cut you off, Jay, but we got an email. And it asked, why doesn't Julio have one of our t-shirts if he's such a super fan?
Very valid point. Julio, how come you don't have a fucking t-shirt, asshole?
Feel free to leave a voicemail to respond, Julio. Feel free. But thank you
Some
for
fan you are, man.
But thank you for the voicemail or for the email. Thank you for the email. But Jay, how was your week? Now that we know that Juan's feet look slightly less and hands look slightly less like death.
I've been good, Sean. I'm just a little tired. I've just been working a lot.
Yeah.
And I have a story. I work at a theme park, as you guys know, and I like working at a theme park. I do. You know why? Because I love drunk people. I love drunk people, and especially drunk people in the daytime.
Day drunk guests?
Yeah, daytime drunk people are the best. Like this lady, she called me her best friend for like the dumbest reason. Like we were all outside, and we have this policy now where you can't bring in a drink into the line, so you have to finish it outside. So one of my friends catches this lady, and he says to her, "Oh, I'm sorry, you got to finish your drink outside." And this lady, she pulls her mask down, and she goes, "Is that a challenge?" And I was like, "Oh my God, is that what her face looks like?" And like, and then she's like, and she just like went to the side, and she just starts chugging her drink like a classy lady, like glug, 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 glug,
like any classy lady.
Yeah. And then she comes up to me, and then she goes, "Where can I throw this away?" And I point to the trash can. It was like 2 feet away from me. I said, "Oh, right there." And then she gets in my face, and she goes, "You're my best friend." She throws it away. And then she waddles off, and I was like, "Oh, that's pretty awesome. That was so entertaining."
That's
So you brought up an interesting point that I have a question for you guys. When you're like, she removed her mask, and you're like, "Oh my God, is that what her face looks like?" How many people do you think have met during the pandemic, found chemistry, they go on a date, they finally get in private, they remove the mask, and they go, "Oh, never mind."
Well, I mean, it's rare that like if you're on a dating app that they're taking pictures with their mask, and then you're actually messaging
I'm
people.
I'm talking about in person. Like you meet someone the old school way. Oh, you know what? You're right. Who the fuck dates now the old school way?
I mean, I think to answer your question, Juan, I mean, yes, Jay's right. I think nowadays, I don't know if anyone actually is face to face asking people like questions.
Hey, let me get those digits.
Yeah. Jesus, is that how you, okay.
No.
So,
no.
But I think if that were to happen in that little bubble of a scenario you presented, I think it's like the crying game. You just kind of like,
oh my God.
It's like, I'm already in love with you. And then you just kind of, you move on or you walk out.
That's kind of a big reveal there, Sean.
I mean, listen, if you take your mask off and you go and your reaction is like, holy shit. I mean, at that point, I mean, if Juan's like, you got chemistry, you got plans for later that evening already. I mean, you're already sharing an Uber for Christ's sakes. I don't know, man.
Well, I mean, that's the thing, because masks are such a common thing now. Like, it's kind of jarring when you see someone with their mouth and nose exposed, because it's like, you don't see it as often, and you're like, oh wow, like
that's so sexy.
I'm sorry, what?
Say that again. Say that again.
What did she say?
Did you say that?
What the hell was that? Stop. What was that?
Juan, I'd like to know what that was. I didn't say it. I was in your vagina.
Okay.
You know, Juan, if you don't say it, I edit the show. So I'm just, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to find it. I'm going to enhance it, and I'm going to add it to the soundboard.
Just fucking do it. That's fine. I don't give a shit. Continue.
Well, I want to hear it again. I mean, I think it's
Come on, dude. Come on, man.
I'm tired. Don't fuck with me, man. Come on.
Oh, yeah. Down under his butt. Oh, yeah. Down under his butt.
You know what I'm impressed is that Sean has been able to memorize which color, which soundbite is.
You know, well, I don't like my sound bites because I feel like now I'm replaceable.
That's bullshit.
So, yes, that is bullshit. You can never replace Jay. You know who we could replace, though, and you would never know? You could replace that motherfucker making that noise. So,
how was your week, Sean?
My week was good. I'm just like Jay. I've been working like a ton. So I'm also tired because the tired train is hitting everybody really hard this week. I got an Oculus Rift.
For how much?
I paid $250 for it.
Wait, what exactly is the Oculus?
VR.
An Oculus Rift, thank you for asking, Jay, is a VR headset. Now, I have played with one of these before, and I played the like Jedi, Star Wars, Darth Vader, whatever.
Is this one the one that is plugged into a computer, or is the one that you got?
It's a standalone headset.
Wait, Sean, are you Star Wars kid?
I could be. When you play this game, it's kind of jarring. So this is the one, when I put this thing on, it made me feel super old when I played it because like I instantly was like, but I can't move. I'm trying to move I'm going to call them damn sticks, but the controller, trying to use the controllers to move around, and I can't move, and I don't know why. So I start physically walking inside my house, but then like I get a warning that's like, hey, you don't move. And I'm like, I have no idea what to do. And so my nephew, he's 8, and he's like, "Oh, Tio Sean, no, you gotta use the thing to point to that." I'm like, I have no idea what he's telling me, but so he takes it from me without even being able to see what I'm seeing, and knows exactly what to do. So I felt very old, and I was just
Can't
like,
you program it where you can actually walk around the shit in your house?
Well, how it works is you set up a ring in your house and the headset is able to track your position within that ring. I did not know that because I didn't set it up. So once I realized that, then I realized a whole bunch of other things. But anyway, it's super fun to play. So I got one because I found it on Facebook. And so I was like, hey, is it still available? And then I was like, $250? Shrug emoji. And they were like, yours. And I was like, okay, great. So I'll pick it up tomorrow. It's going to be great. So
is this something that you just download the game straight into the headset, or is there like a DVD drive somewhere?
No, this is all digital content on a digital marketplace. The Oculus is owned by Facebook. So
really?
Yeah.
When do you plug into the Matrix?
Oh man, I don't know yet, but I'm down. Whenever it's ready to happen, I'm ready. Let's do it right now.
So it doesn't have to be downloaded onto the headset itself, correct?
No, that's exactly where it is. That's where the memory is. That's where everything's happening.
So what's the memory size on the headset?
256 gigabytes.
So what happens when it gets filled up?
Same thing that happens to everything that gets full.
You have to delete shit?
Yes.
Can't move it someplace else? Out?
That's where it came from.
Sean, what happens when you're playing Oculus Rift and you get punched in the dick?
Well, you won't see it coming. You won't see it coming because the Oculus Rift is covering your eyes. Yeah, it's a crazy little headset to wear. Anyway.
Did you get nauseous?
I did because there are some parts of this Star Wars game that you're on a moving platform, but you're not physically moving, but it is intended motion. So like, it's weird. You're flying around on a hoverboard. I'm grabbing, stormtroopers and I'm throwing them around. It's actually pretty fun to do. But then I realized I don't really want to do any of that stuff. I want to press a button and have it done because my arms got tired. And I was like breathing all heavy from playing this Star Wars. It was fun, but I was
Can
like,
I borrow it?
No. And I was like, I don't want to be this tired playing video games.
That's how people felt when the Nintendo Wii first came out.
Yeah. So, but it's super cool. So Juan, if you want to come over and play, you're more than welcome to.
Well, if it's so small, why don't you bring it over?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you didn't want to come to my house.
You know, my favorite thing about
in your house.
the Nintendo Wii, they had to add those straps to the.
Yes, they did.
Because people kept on throwing the remote.
Yeah, because they would throw the controllers and break their own TVs.
I remember that news article. Yeah, it wasn't one of my favorite consoles, by the way.
The Nintendo Wii wasn't one of your favorite consoles. You, the Nintendo masturbator over here, you didn't like the Nintendo Wii.
The Nintendo Wii was the last console I bought because I didn't buy the Nintendo U.
Wii U.
Wii U.
Wii U.
I didn't get that one, and then when the Switch came out, I went back.
The Nintendo Wii brought together grandmothers and children, and they all played video games together.
The motion controls were the revolutionary part, but I think it was I think Nintendo does a lot of like stopgap stuff, like just like your folding phone, where they need to do something to get to the next thing. Like, you think about how good the motion controls are in the Nintendo Switch. Like, those motion controls were refined and perfected by using Wii data, like that sensor bar and those controllers. And then they added that like dongle on the end of the Wii controllers, like later on, to give you even more precise control. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, just like your folding phone, it's an engineering thing that needs to happen in order to get to the next thing, but it's not the end of the road. Like the Nintendo Switch kind of encompasses all the things I think Nintendo has been trying to accomplish for a very long time, but with the limits of technology. But anyway, as a conversation for another day. But yeah, my week was okay. I'm here. I made it. Ready for another week. So
dope, dude.
I know. Thanks, man. So this week I wanted to talk to you guys about two different things. But the first thing I want to talk to you guys about some of your favorite TV shows, season finales. So Juan, since I know you love TV and you watch a variety of things, what would you say the greatest season finale of any show you ever watched has been?
There's two, and I'm going to get criticized by it because one of them didn't really end or wrap the series correctly, but it continued in comic form. So it was Angel, and you thought I was going to say Dexter, huh, motherfucker? Yeah, that's what I thought.
Dexter masturbator over here.
No, definitely Angel. It just ended with them getting ready to fight the apocalypse in LA, and that leads into what, Angel's Hellmouth, the comics? Or
no, the comic you're referring to is called After the Fall.
After the Fall, there you go. But I personally liked how it ended. It ended pretty badass. It did leave a lot open, and I was kind of hoping even throughout the years that eventually they'll restart it and start filming again, but they never did. But I did like that one. The other one that wrapped up the show completely, and it's because they knew they were going to get canceled, so they just did the final episode and essentially answered all the questions and everything that was left open in a couple of minutes of the end of the last episode. And it was Pushing Daisies.
I never watched Pushing Daisies. Jay, did you ever see Did you ever see Angel or Pushing Daisies?
I watched a couple episodes of Pushing Daisies, but I never got into Angel.
So why is Angel? Why?
I really got into Angel. I was never a Buffy person. No, I was never a Buffy person, but I liked the whole character of Vangelis. And then when Angel got his spinoff, I'm like, I'll watch it. And I really got into it. Even though I didn't like the Cordelia character. But then as the character evolved, I actually liked her. I liked Doyle a lot. And then
probably that David Boreanaz, he's really, he really sells it.
Yeah, he's very broody. He's broody. No, but
he's just a low talker.
Throughout the series, I thought it was a decent series, and it had some very good character development for a lot of the characters. Even Wesley went from this bumbling idiot to a badass villainess type character.
I can't agree. If you've never seen this show, Jay, they took like the nerdiest character and made him into one of the badass characters, like over the course of like maybe 2 or 3 seasons, and it actually made sense. It was it was beautiful to watch.
Yeah. No, and the thing is, it wasn't just a badass, but it was a badass who was a good guy, but did bad things because he thought he was doing them for the greater good of humanity. So I don't know. I thought it was a good character development for him. I thought the entire series had a really good character development with a lot of them. Like even Gunn had really good development, even when he became like super smart and a lawyer for Wolfram and Hart.
Yeah, so Gunn, if you've never seen the show, and for Jay who's never seen the show, Gunn was essentially a black street muscle guy who joins up with a bunch of like, essentially...
He was a street muscle guy that his gang was essentially vampire hunters.
Yeah, so he joins up with, with Angel and his team of white people. And not only does he he does. He's like the one black guy on the show. And not only from the beginning of from the start of his character to the end of his character, he kind of gains some perspective, and also, he becomes more well-rounded overall. So there's some good character development.
He went from the thug to street talk person to the
business thug.
Let me sound like Sean Cantley.
He went to the business thug. He became he wore a suit.
He did wear a suit, yeah,
with a handgun underneath, because that's how you roll.
No, I mean the entire series had good development, and it was leading to the apocalypse because of the different prophecies that were foretold, and it essentially ended with Connor, Angel's son, coming back. Everybody grabs these like swords, and they're in an alleyway as other monsters and end of the world creatures are.
I find it interesting that you choose this show, because this show essentially had a fade to black ending. Like, that's essentially what it is. It's like, it takes all these questions. You don't know what's going to happen to the characters, and then they just, it's done. It leaves it up to the imagination of the viewer. So I'm surprised that you enjoyed that, because you were trying to get rid of Sopranos a couple of weeks ago.
No, well, the thing is, Sopranos, fuck you.
I think I was trying to get rid of Sopranos.
No. Just let Juan take it. Let's just let him take it.
So here's the thing. Like, this one left it so open for the imagination that you wanted it to continue, and it got canceled. That's why it only lasted 5 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
So I truly wanted it to continue. And then when I found that it continued in comic book form, I had my good buddy, let's call him S. Cantley. No, that's too obvious. Let's call him Sean C. Illegally download the comics.
Oh my God.
For me. So
why would he do that?
So I could read them. And mind you, I still haven't.
Yeah, I know. How about you, Jay? I have a question. I mean, because you talked about this show, but now I'll ask Jay, what makes a good season or series finale to you?
Honestly, I don't know. I think a lot of TV shows, they go on way longer than they're really supposed to, like, I think a good TV show should last maybe 3-4 seasons at max, and then end. But some TV shows, they go on forever, and it's just by the time they try to wrap it up, you're like, it's already jumped the shark at that point, and you're like, I don't believe anything anymore,
Yeah.
So do you think a show like Seinfeld, do they jump the shark, or do they end it at the right point?
I don't think Seinfeld was the type of show where they could just like end it story-wise, because their shows
about nothing.
It was more character based, all the stories were just based around the characters, and like, it's hard to end stories like that. That's what happened with Lost. Lost is a big character based show, and they try to end it, and with like the characters, like wrapping up the way they did, it just feels incomplete, because you're looking for more like story based substance, but it's more character based type of stories,
Yeah, so what would you say, in your opinion, what one of your favorite season or series finales were?
You know what? I'm gonna go with Quantum Leap.
I've never seen it.
That's the one with the devil, right? The last season, the last episode.
I think it's very vague. It's been years since I've seen Quantum Leap, but the basic premise of the story was Scott Bakula. He played Sam Beckett, and he was from the future, and he was, I don't know if he built this machine where he could leap through time with into other people's bodies, and he has to go through and solve their problems to leap into another person. And the whole show was trying to get him to leap back to his own time and to leap back home. And I believe the last season, I think he was leaping with I think an evil leaper. I think he might have been a demon or something.
It was the devil.
It might have been the devil, but I really don't remember. But eventually he doesn't leap back home, and he just continues to leap and leap and leap throughout time. And that's how they ended his story.
That seems so unsatisfying. Why would that be? Why would it be something that comes to mind?
Well, because like his whole purpose was to try to get back home, but I think his whole purpose that he never realized is to continue to leap and solve problems and help people and just be like this like sci-fi guardian angel, for people. And that's just his purpose in life now.
Because essentially he would go into these individuals and he would know he's Sam Beckett, but the people that he interacted with would see him as the person person that he leaped into. And he could see himself in the mirror and see the person that he's supposed to be, which they also had an episode where by today's standards, they probably wouldn't probably be able to air, but he plays somebody with Down syndrome and he goes, the R word. And
but he also leaped into Lee Harvey Oswald.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
The guy that assassinated or was supposedly the assassin for JFK. He leaped into Lee Harvey Oswald's life, and he kept leaping back and forth, and ultimately ended leaping into that the moment where he was supposed to shoot JFK.
Did he?
He leaped out.
He did. But in the supposedly, spoiler alert, in the original supposedly in the original timeline, he also killed Jackie. So like his purpose for that was to save Jackie Onassis.
Yeah. I know of Quantum Leap. I've never watched. I don't think I've ever watched a full episode of it.
I think it's on Peacock. You should watch it, man.
I mean, it sounds like it's right up my alley. I do enjoy time travel, and I do enjoy good like mystery. So
no, and then one of the things he forgot to neglect is there's one other person that can travel to wherever he leaped to, whatever time or person he leaped to, which is Al, which is another
his holographic accomplice.
Yes,
like that's his only connection to his own time.
Yeah. In fact, there was also like the very controversial episode where Al was trying to fix his own marriage and kept on lying to Sam and going, hey, you need to do this. And then Sam finally put together that what he's doing is he's trying to help out Al, and it wasn't the true mission.
Why is and this is not even remotely on topic, but why is he jumping around? Is it just
so
because
he was doing a quantum physics experiment that was supposed to be time travel, and he ended up causing himself to go on continuous sleeps. And for some odd reason, and I can't remember why in the show, and Jay can correct me if I'm wrong, is for him to leap out of a person's body, he needs to fix the problem they were encountered with, or save them from a danger that they may face. And once they do that, he leaves. So the whole premise of the show is that every leap is one leap closer to him coming back home. And then you have Al, who's connected to him via the lab and science that can leap to whatever time. He's the only one that can see Sam for who he is, and Sam can see Al, but he's a hologram.
Yeah, and the cool thing about Al was he had all this information about the people that Sam leapt into. So
like
he has all this information.
Shitty computer.
Oh yeah,
right?
because that was my next question, which is you just said, because you guys had mentioned that he leaps into he leaps into people that he doesn't know who they are, but they say to solve a problem. But I mean, the people that know that person would then go, "Hey, you're a little off today." Like, remember,
which they did. But you had Al going.
Yeah. So that answers the question about like how does he know what to do? Like, maybe they had a fucking doctor's appointment. Maybe they had like
No, but some people still like figured out that there was something truly off about him, or Al would tell them. And there was another being involved with Al that you never meet throughout the series, which is like, is it Ziggy or
Gushy?
Which one?
Gushy.
Are you sure?
It's either it might be Ziggy or Gushy. I don't know. I know those were the two other scientists that were involved, but I think you maybe saw one of them.
This show sounds like ripe for a lot of like, those random theories of like he was dead the whole time. He actually died in the,
It was a good series, and the way it ended, I actually liked it a lot too. It was one of those things where I remember it in my mind, and it's been years since I saw that series finale. It's Sam Beckett's character choking the devil, and he's revealing himself as the devil, and he's transforming into different people that Sam has helped and everything. And one of them is Al, and then something happens, and the way they explain it that he never went back home and that he continues to leap through time is they put up a reader card.
Yeah, I mean it's one of those sci-fi shows in the late 80s,
Mm-hmm.
So I mean I like it. It was far beyond anything that I'd ever seen on television, and it just opened up a lot of concepts where I was like, "Is that even possible?" Like,
it's again, it sounds right up my alley. I may try to watch it. It's like these are hour episodes, 22 episode seasons, probably
hour-long episodes,
or I mean, without commercial breaks, like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
22 episodes.
And I can't remember if it's on Peacock or Netflix, but I remember trying to watch it. And the thing is, as I was trying to watch it, I remember the nostalgia of loving that show, but then I go, man, this shit is so dated.
Well, I mean, it's the victim of the time, but it is what it is. So,
what about you, man?
Yeah, my favorite to this, I've never seen a season finale greater than this season finale. It is the season 2 season finale of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Another Whedonverse show. It is like the culmination of everything you know about a singular character in a show, and it is all whittled down, and it just expresses all the stakes, and you are along for the journey. It's like I'd watched this thing on it about like how Whedon sets up tragedy. He just sets up the hero to win, and then it's just all followed by tragedy. And this season finale kind of culminated all of that. It was a 2-part season finale, as some of the greatest ones are. And at the end of it, the hero had to make a choice between doing what was right or doing what was right for themselves. And so obviously you as a watcher, you want the hero to like get to save the world and have their cake and eat it too. But they don't get to have that. So as I watched the season 2 season finale of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, it was all those things. It was great. It was, you're watching the hero have to choose between doing what was right and doing what was selfish. And it sticks with me to this day. It's great. It is absolutely great. And ironically enough, it does involve David Boreanaz. So it could, I don't know, maybe it's the eyes. Who knows? I don't know.
He's so broody.
I don't know. But yeah, but it's great. If you've never seen Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the show in total, it is absolutely dated and absolutely hard to get through the very first season because it's shot. It looks horrible. And the dialogue is terrible, but the content of the show gets better for those who are interested in trying it. I think it's still. And
that show also had some good character development. Man.
That show had some of the greatest character development.
Xander was good character development.
Well, he was. I don't know if he was the best example of character development, but what is her name? Allison Hannigan, who you probably recognize more recently from How I Met Your Mother.
Yes. Or as the nerdy Bandcamp girl from American
The
Pie.
flute girl.
Or the flute girl from American
This one
Pie.
time at Bandcamp?
Yeah, you probably recognize, if you're our age, you recognize her from that. But if you're younger than that, then you recognize her as the girl from How I Met Your Mother.
Marshall's wife. What was her Lily?
Is that I've never seen How I Met Your Mother. I just know that she's in it.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I've never seen it.
You're kidding me, right?
No, I'm not, and I don't plan on watching it. But
Well, you shouldn't, because that's one of the shows that had a good ending, but also a fucked up ending. Because, yeah, don't get me started.
Wait, how does it have a good ending and a fucked up ending at the same time?
yeah,
Because the entire series, you're led to believe that it is about how Ted Mosby met these kids' mother.
Mhm.
But essentially you were robbed, because it really wasn't about that. It's about Ted Mosby really professing his love and continue his love for the Robin character. So at the end, if I remember correctly, is he's explaining how he met his mother, because he wants to justify that he loves his mother, but he wants his kids' approval to go and seek out Aunt Robin, because he's still madly in love with Aunt Robin.
You know, I mean, this is off topic, but I always thought that show was overrated. You know,
I fucking
because
loved it. Fuck you.
after Friends had ended, all these Friends clones type TV shows started popping up, and How I Met Your Mother was one of them. You know,
How I Met Your Mother came years after the fucking Friends ended, man.
doesn't mean it can't be a clone.
Yeah, because they were trying to bank on that Friends type of TV show, and that's what How I Met Your Mother basically was. It was just like a show like Friends after Friends.
I don't know. I see it as two different. Yeah, I guess. No.
You gave up so easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. No, I guess so. Yeah.
Wow.
Any other show season finales that you guys are just, or series or season finales?
No, but like How I Met Your Mother was pretty good. Even Friends was a good series finale.
Really?
You know what? It put a bow on everything. Everybody moved on, but still gave the sense of closure to everything.
I think.
I mean, Ross and Rachel ended up together. They ended up going to no.
I think Friends is a perfect example of Jay's point from earlier, which is like Friends could have ended a few seasons earlier, and it would have. They think the impact would have been the same. Like I don't think it needed to go on as long as it did.
People wanted it to continue. They made the conscious decision of ending it at 10 seasons.
Oh, I think.
But it was long after, like you know, storylines had kind of like wrapped up, and then they would
repeat them.
They would repeat them, destroy it. You know, like destroyed Ross and Rachel's relationship, and then bring them back together.
You ended up with a good storyline. Yeah, they destroyed it, but then they rebuilt it.
Yeah, but I mean, after how many seasons could you watch that and not get annoyed? You know, like.
Here's the funny thing. When Friends was on the air, I fucking hated it. I fucking hated the show. And then years later, I decided to start watching it. And I'm like, why did I hate the show? It's actually pretty good.
I mean, I was actually a fan of Seinfeld before I was a fan of Friends. And I only, once I watched it. But again, I think to Jay's point, it went on too long. It was I feel like they took it on longer, but it could have ended maybe 3 seasons earlier.
You know, I did like The Office's series finale. You know, like The Office is one of those shows that went on way longer than it should have. But the Office series finale, I really liked it. You know.
It did have a good season finale, but I also think that it could have. I think whenever Steve Carell had officially left, I feel like it should have ended then.
Didn't they bring Will Ferrell?
Yeah. I mean, that's how you got David Spader. David Spader. Am I saying his name right?
James Spader.
There he goes. David. Who the fuck is David Spader? I don't know.
You took David Spade and married him to James Spader.
I did. But yeah, they had James Spader and Will Ferrell and Idris Elba and a whole bunch of other celebrities just kind of to fill a gap that they maybe because contractually, I don't know. I mean, maybe you guys are a little more well versed on the Office situation, but
I've never really seen much of The Office.
who are you and why?
I've only seen a couple of episodes or snippets of episodes. But
You
no.
know, I watched every episode up until Steve Carell left, and then there's the 2 seasons that I just can't get through, and then I just skipped to the series finale.
Yeah. Again, like I said, when Steve Carell, I think when they could have ended the show when he left. It's one of those things that like it's one of those shows that they just kept going because like they tried to make it seem like Steve Carell was not the show, but he was absolutely the show. Absolutely.
So let me ask this question. Out of all the shows that we talked about today that ended beautifully, except for yours, because you brought up a season 2 reference. So we all know that Buffy did continue for what?
5 seasons. Or
No, they were 8
sorry.
seasons, man.
They did, yeah. Sorry, it was 5 seasons on the CW
yeah.
or WB, and then 4 more seasons on the
On Fox.
UPN.
Oh yeah, which is yeah.
It was Channel 13 for those of us without cable.
Yeah.
Damn, Channel
LA.
13.
Yeah, Channel 13. If you're in LA and you don't have cable, Channel 13.
But they were also a Fox affiliate, I think.
Yeah, I
but
know.
anyway.
UPN had Homeboys in Space.
Homeboy, yeah, Flex Washington, whoever that other little light skinned dude was. Yeah, you're saying one.
So out of all the shows that we brought up today, or of any show that we may have missed, how many of these shows, even though in our opinion it was beautifully wrapped up, do you wish they would have continued on? Or do you wish that in 2021 or 2022, they go, let's do a revival or let's do a reunion one? And I'm not talking like a Friends reunion episode. I'm talking about like Fuller House type thing. We bring back the old cast and pick up at some point in their storyline.
I don't
Quantum
know.
Leap.
I
The Quantum Leap is something I would want to see.
honestly, I don't know. I don't know if I would want a Buffy the Vampire Slayer revival. I don't really want to watch like, nearly
Middle-aged, Sarah Michelle Gellar.
like nearly 60-year-old, like, Sarah. I don't want to watch that.
How old do you think she really? She's not 60,
I don't know.
motherfucker.
I don't know. But my point is that I absolutely think that like a lot of these shows are just time capsules, and they're just like the time in the bottle that is just good for what it was at the time. I would absolutely love to see like a continuation of the universe for most things that like some of my favorite shows, which I think you guys know, like Buffy the Vampire Slayer being one of them, and then Smallville being another one. I love the idea of continuing the universe. It doesn't have to be Tom Welling, but it can be, his character continue, whatever the case may be.
Mm.
But I just mean that so I don't know if I want a full on revival, like Fuller House type deal, but
Or
I
Punky
would,
Brewster
yeah, like I don't need any of that.
or Saved by the Bell, which
You
I
know,
don't know.
it's so funny right now. There's all this like 90s nostalgia.
Yeah,
It like a couple years back, it was all this 80s nostalgia. Now it's like 90s nostalgia is like coming out really strong.
Hollywood's running out of ideas, man.
I'm still waiting for the Different Strokes revival.
That's not gonna happen.
What?
That's not gonna happen.
What?
Yeah, the only surviving member is like Todd Bridges.
Yeah, and I think he might still be on drugs.
Is he still boxing, doing the celebrity boxing matches?
I don't know. I don't keep up with Todd Bridges news.
yeah. Speaking of shows like Different Strokes, or even the reason why it won't come back was because it's like
Gary Coleman.
Well, I mean, I don't think that concept will ever. I mean, they have that concept now, which is like rich white guy takes two. You give me the air quotes without any context, but rich white guy takes 2 black kids under his wing to help raise them, give them a better
under
life.
his roof, man, not just under his wing. He adopted them.
Yes. Well, I apologize for using that saying to encapsulate that. Anyway, I don't think I don't think that show would be made in the same way today, but it'll probably still exist. Like, I mean, even the Punky Brewster show had an element of that where like she was adopting all these kids. I assume, yeah, like she's adopting all these kids. But anyway, but those shows kind of usually have like a message that
An
comes
undertone.
along. Yeah, like an undertone that comes along with it.
Subliminally.
Yeah, like where in Punky Brewster they had the was it where Cherry drinks like bleach or something like that, or some kid drinks bleach. And she has to
Tide
call
Pods.
it. What was that?
Eats Tide Pods. I don't know.
Or eats Tide Pods. Yeah, are you guys ever seen like movies or TV shows where like you get to the end of the episode and you just go, I could have watched this episode without the message of like, Timmy not doing drugs or whatever the case
Or
may
not
be.
talking to strangers from different strokes
Yeah.
that own bicycle shops.
Yeah.
That episode still to this day creeps me out. Like I will not go into a bicycle shop store because
Can you find one in this day and age?
Yeah, you can. Go to Studio City, man.
Okay.
All the hipsters roam
I feel
free.
like there's a van parked in the back and there's some wine and there's a Polaroid camera.
Hey, Jay, you want to come and see my special bike?
Yeah, it's creepy. Even you saying that, it's just really creepy.
Yeah, it's fucking weird,
It's
man.
parked right outside in the van.
You said that a little too perfect. If I'm being honest, I feel like
Sorry.
you practiced that a few times. So,
Dude, there's a website on YouTube. There's I think Funny or Die does these very special episodes, and they take like the very special episodes of like TV shows, and they will just like do like the cliff notes of it, and do commentary on the episode. And I've seen a bunch of them. I saw the bicycle shop one. There's one with Mr. Belvedere where this kid has AIDS. And
the combination just sounds funny. I'm sorry. We'll continue.
No, it's so weird. The kid had AIDS because of a weird blood transfusion, and then and he was at school, and none of the kids wanted to interact with him, because the parents said, "Oh, he has AIDS. Don't touch him. Don't get close to him because that's how you can get it." And then at the end of the episode, they're like, if you want more information on like HIV and AIDS and stuff like that, it's just like,
yeah, it's
Our generation was known for having those TV shows that were typically funny, but then they did the hard-hitting episode, like the Say No to Drugs, or if you know somebody that's being abused, or if you know somebody that needs help, call this number.
yeah.
I don't see that happening nowadays.
No, I think if I'm being honest, I feel like those TV shows are a little bit soft. I think just TV shows aren't as hard hitting as they used to be. I think I was having a conversation with someone at work about Boy Meets World and why I don't think Girl Meets World was as good of a show, and it had nothing to do with the fact that the two leads were now female. It had everything to do with the way they approached the subject matter. Where like, in Boy Meets World, if you're not familiar with the show, it's literally about two like middle class, one middle class kid and another
Trailer park kid.
Yeah, trailer. Sure, that's what
He was a trailer park.
Yeah,
A mobile.
yes,
Yeah.
he did live in a trailer park. However, he's
I found that term offensive.
yeah.
Until he got adopted by Jonathan.
Well, yeah. So
Who he ended up
essentially,
killing.
anyway, so it's about a middle class kid and his not middle class friend, and
Trailer park Sean.
And I just feel like they address some more some issues in a more adult way, or right. And one of the episodes that always comes to mind when I think about this is the episode where Corey and Topanga fall asleep working on a project inside of the editing bay of like their school or whatever.
Oh,
And everyone in the school thinks they had sex, and Corey does absolutely nothing to say no, that didn't happen. And so Topanga is obviously being looked at as like the oh my god, the red A, I can't think of
the Scarlet Pimpernel.
what'd you
Scarlet.
You gonna say the Scarlet Pumpernickel? Is that what you
No,
said?
I'll tell you right now.
The Scarlet Letter.
Yeah, the Scarlet Letter. And so, and she's fed up. She's like, you need to tell them what the hell they like what happened. Tell them the truth because this is ridiculous. And you're the worst human being ever. And I just feel like, that subject matter of like, of just would never even have been approached in like a current day TV show for kids at all. So it's like, I think just by and large, and this is not the message killing the show for me. I think the lack of a message or the lack of fortitude to send that message is what's killing some of these shows today. Personal opinion.
Well, you know, like back in the 80s, like the TV shows back then, they were so goofy and like they were, I don't know, they were just like, their subject matter never hit anything hard. You know, it was just like, hey, this is a situation and blah, blah, blah. And then we get to the end and everything is fine. But then they would do a very special episode and then like somebody has bulimia. And then you're like,
yeah.
Well,
what?
You know, the first show that I remember as a kid that had one of those special messages, is it Family Tides, the one with Michael J. Fox?
Sure.
Yeah.
Where his Alex P. The character's sister's boyfriend was drunk driving and wraps his car around a tree, and then they go see him in the hospital. He's fine, and by the time they get back home, they had gotten a call from the doctor where he had passed away, and it was like, holy shit, you can die from drinking and driving, and that was the first one that, at least for me as a kid, it stuck in my mind of shit. That was a strong message.
Yeah, it's like the first season of Game of Thrones, like episode 9 when you know Ned Stark dies. It's like, you know, like you don't think stuff like that'll happen, and then it does happen, and you're like, holy shit. It's gotten real now. Like,
It's especially, I mean, Game of Thrones is a prime example of like where you thought you knew what was going to happen, and you were like, oh no, he's the good guy. No, he's untouchable. He has plot armor. He in fact did not have plot armor, not around his neck at least. So,
yeah, and then just translate that to like an episode of like Full House, and you're like, what is going on?
yeah. It's like, why is Michelle like doing heroin in the basement? She's like, like, come on, Stephanie, come on, you gotta do this, hit a blow too. It's do
this 8-ball.
Yeah, it's fucking nuts. When I think about like movies where I'm like, I was hit over the head with the message. You guys ever see WALL-E?
Oh yes.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah,
I love that.
I was watching WALL-E in the middle in the theater, and I was having a good time
Get up and exercise.
Yeah, until I got to the spaceship, and you see all these humans like on their chairs looking at their screens, and I was like, man, I'm sitting in a chair, I'm looking at a screen, I'm looking at an advertisement for future movies in this universe. That could be me. These motherfuckers are telling me that I'm polluting the earth, and I'm a fat bastard. I don't like it. I don't like it. And it's one of the things that I think WALL-E is a great movie, but when I think about like how overbearing the message of like, get up and exercise, take care of the planet. It's like, yes, I know that. I came to the movies to get away from all this stuff. So like, don't hit me over the head with it.
So one of the movies that I once saw that had like this message, and I knew it should have had a message because it was a Hallmark movie. And the message is so fucking overbearing that at first I thought it was like a God type religious movie. It's not. It's more about like being good to people and all that shit. But it's the 5 People You Meet in Heaven. And I fucking love that movie, but the message is like really strong about being good to all the people that you encounter, and every encounter that you have throughout your life, it's somewhat connected for a greater good. And it was so overbearing that I actually fell in love with that. And I've read the book, and I think I read it once every couple years, just because it's one of those movies and books that I fucking love. But it's overbearing with the message.
I've never seen it because it seems like something that I would not be interested in at all.
Probably not. But yeah, it's a good one. You should watch it. I have the book if you want to borrow it.
No. What did I just, are you even listening to me? I don't think so.
I also have the audiobook if you want to listen to it.
No, thank you for offering, but I think the 15 people I meet in heaven will have to wait till I get there.
It's 5.
Probably.
5 people.
Well, gentlemen, we're rounding up on that time.
You know what time it is, motherfucker.
I do know what time it is, and I was just getting to that. But it's time to talk about the I'm not crying, you're crying, cry baby gauntlet.
I don't care for it. I say we just bypass this month. This
whole month? You want to just skip the month of June? Is that what you want to do?
Let's just bypass this fucking week.
Why?
Because you cheated.
How did I cheat?
Sean, tell me how many votes. Tell me how many votes.
Well,
tell me how many votes, Sean. Answer the fucking question and tell me how many votes.
Can you calm down, sir?
You can't handle the truth.
Juan,
how many votes, Sean?
Can you answer one question for me before I answer that?
No. How about you answer my question first?
I will absolutely.
Fuck you and answer my question. How many votes?
I voted all of one time.
No, you voted.
However,
how many votes total?
However, the total number of votes for this week's I'm Not Crying, You're Crying, Crybaby Gauntlet is 731.
See, that's how I know you cheated. Because
shut up, dude.
Because we don't even have 731 listeners. That is just my wife voting over and over and over and over.
So here's my question to you that I would have wanted to ask you before I reveal the number of votes that we had. Why is your resolving of a domestic dispute my fault?
Because fuck you. That's why.
Okay, great. So if you remember last week, we're trying to figure out which one of these tear jerker moments had to go. Was it A, the scene in Coco where Miguel is trying to get Mama Coco to remember her father? Was it B,
Papa?
Was it B, Tony Stark giving his own eulogy? Giving his own eulogy in Avengers Endgame.
I love you 3000.
I love you 3000. Or the ending of E.T. where E.T. illuminates his finger and tells Elliot that he will be in his heart.
Oh, I'm tearing up right now.
I know. Or was it D, The Lion King, Mufasa's death, where Scar lets him go? And it would seem that this week
it kills him.
Yes, Scar does kill Mufasa. Spoiler alert. But it would seem that 57% of the 731 votes agree that Mufasa's death in The Lion King needed to go. So congratulations to me.
What about Mama Coco?
Well, here's the thing about Mama Coco. Juan, it would seem that you cheated and voted multiple times, but that was the 40. That's 42% of the vote. 42% of the vote. Juan, because I know you care, that's 312 responses versus 400 responses. I only voted once, so.
Yeah, I only voted once as well.
I mean, listen, the fact that you trying to resolve a domestic dispute didn't work out in your favor is not mine or Jay's fault. However, I will take the win because that numbers don't lie. The numbers do not lie.
Okay.
So yay me.
Move on to this week's gauntlet. What did Herbert, our second super listener, suggest?
This week he actually suggested music, Disney music.
And it's my turn to pick.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't mean you win, Juan. That's not how this game works. So he wants to know, which do we believe has the better music?
So we're not doing the one of them has to go again.
I mean, we can.
Why do we always confuse guests? No, it's one of them has to go.
I think you're the only one confused. But you know what? Fine.
One of them has to go.
Which one of the musical soundtracks has to go?
Soundtrack or a song specific?
Soundtrack.
Okay. So the entire soundtrack.
The music of the movie.
Okay, go.
Again, I think we're just confusing Juan, not the audience, but I digress. So Juan, you get to go first this week. So which do you choose? Which one has to go? The Lion King, the music of The Lion King, the music of Aladdin, the music of Beauty and the Beast, or the music of Tarzan?
Oh, fuck you, dude. You actually picked some good ones. I would say the music of oh, fuck. That had some good songs too. All right, Tarzan for me, man.
Why?
Because
you're gonna get rid of Phil Collins. I'll be in your heart. You're gonna get rid of that. You're gonna do that.
That was one of my favorite songs. I still like it. The "I'll Be in Your Heart." But the fact of the matter is, that was the first Disney movie that had it didn't have the main character sing.
He
Except
didn't even
for
speak English, bro. What did you want?
except for
Yeah, he didn't.
He was raised by apes.
except for his mother. He's the only one that does the singing. Starts off with the singing, and then it's Phil Collins that sings throughout the entire movie. But no, I did.
You know how voice acting works, right?
Fuck you. Anyways,
I think Tarzan was also tone deaf.
yeah. So aside from "I'll Be in Your Heart," there's "Trashing the Camp," but there really isn't like any memorable songs. Whereas with the other three, you have some really good iconic fucking songs. So Tarzan has to go.
All right. There you go. Tarzan has to go for Juan. So
Okay.
that leaves for you, Jay, The Lion King, Aladdin, or Beauty and the Beast. Which one of those classic Disney soundtracks has to go?
I'm gonna go with Beauty and the Beast.
Oh man, this is gonna be a tough one for me. But why?
I don't know. I just don't like Household Appliances singing. So
I mean, when I think of Beauty and the Beast, I only think of one song personally. It's
Tell It Was All His Time.
no, Be My
no,
Guest.
Be Our Guest.
Yeah, Be Our Guest. That's it. I don't know anything else.
Our guest. And then, after that, it's two other songs, and then it's, I don't know. It's not as catchy as like Aladdin or The Lion King or The Little Mermaid. I don't know. I like the movie Beauty and the Beast, but as far as like the soundtrack, I don't think it was the best.
You have Be Our Guest. You have Beauty and the Beast. There's the something there. Yeah, no, okay. You're getting rid of a good one. Okay.
Are you? Well, all right, ladies and gentlemen. So now that leaves me with, The Lion King or Aladdin, and I personally love Aladdin music. So I'm gonna get rid of The Lion King, and
Be prepared,
ooh.
man.
I mean, I know it's rough because there are so many.
Can't wait to be king.
You know what? No. Is it too late? Can I?
You haven't given reasons why you would get rid of it. So yeah, go ahead.
So I'm gonna try a new strategy. I'm gonna try and go with what I think the people are gonna go with, and I think if out of the choices, I think the people out of my choices, I think the people would probably get rid of Aladdin before they get rid of The Lion King.
Oh man,
I think
Prince
no.
Ali.
What?
Prince Ali.
I feel like you are in love with these songs more than
Whole New World.
No, and I personally love Aladdin. So I don't really have any good reasons other than so I'm going to choose Aladdin because I feel like
is that your final answer?
that's my final answer. I'm
Okay.
choosing Aladdin. I personally love
Reason
Aladdin.
why?
My reason why is because I feel like of the choices that are left today, I think Aladdin is like, yeah, I'll get rid of those songs to keep honestly
people happy.
well, no, to keep the songs. I don't even know the name of the opening song of The Lion King.
Circle of Life.
Yeah, there it is.
Circle of Life. You have Be Prepared.
Yeah, I can't.
You have deleted songs like The Morning Report.
Who knows about the deleted song, The Morning Report? I mean, the ones that people actually remember, like Be Prepared, or the one where he's singing, I can't wait to be king, Hakuna Matata. It just, there's lots of feel good songs there. There's lots of feel good songs in Aladdin, but I feel
Disney Renaissance.
But I feel like Aladdin has like two good songs. I feel like they have two good songs. They have, the first one, the most well known.
Me?
What?
You got a friend of me?
What the hell are you talking about?
That's Toy Story.
Oh shit!
Are you
I'm sorry. I'm
listening to
tired.
me?
I am tired.
Aladdin
You
has
got a friend in me.
Yeah.
Aladdin has a whole new world,
Yeah.
and they have
Prince Ali.
a friend. No, you never had a friend like me.
Yeah, there you go.
That's it. I think that's it. Like there are some great music in Aladdin, but I think those are the two songs. Okay, you get rid of those, but you keep everything else in The Lion King. I think whatever. So I choose Aladdin.
You don't like the whole Prince Ali song?
I love that song. I just told you're not listening to me. I love the Aladdin. I love Aladdin the movie, and I love the music. In specific, yes, the Prince Ali song.
Oh shit, the Street Rat song. You're getting rid of that one too.
Yeah, but again, when you think,
I feel like Juan's triggered.
yeah. But again, Juan, when you think of Aladdin, you think of A Whole New World. You don't think of all those other songs. If you have a deep love of Aladdin, those songs come to mind. But I think,
yeah, you know what? You're right, because even for like Beauty and the Beast, when you hear Beauty and the Beast, you think of, at least for me, you think of the Beauty and the Beast song.
yeah, thank you.
No,
Jay.
you guys were like,
it's good. No, you think of
Be Our Guest.
I think of You Got a Friend in Me.
Like, and then for like even like the Little
He
Mermaid,
just keeps trucking. He just keeps going.
but even like the Little Mermaid, you think of Under the Sea.
Mm-hmm.
You
But
got a
with-
friend in me.
But
Remember
with
that
the
scene
Lion
in The
King,
Little
you-
Mermaid when Randy Newman starts singing "You Got a Friend in Me"?
I do remember it.
Ariel, I want to introduce you to my friend Randy Newman. You got a friend in me.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I think we broke one. So, ladies and gentlemen.
I think the hidden Mickey in all the Disney movies is Randy Newman is secretly done a friend in me in all of them.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, man. Excuse me. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So what will it be? Will you side with Juan and get rid of and wait, what are you getting rid of again? I can't even remember.
I don't even remember anymore. Let's just move on.
He's trying to get
I'm
rid of
fucking
Randy
done. Let's do
Newman's
it.
"You Got a Friend in Me."
Will you side with Juan and get rid of Tarzan? Or will you side with Jay and get rid of Beauty and the Beast? Or will you side with me and get rid of Aladdin?
I hope they teach us a lesson and they get rid of.
Or will you
The Lion
teach
King.
us a lesson and get rid of the Lion King? Juan, are you done?
I was done like 10 minutes ago.
But you got a friend in me, Juan. It's all right.
Do I, Sean? Do I?
I mean, I don't know if I have a friend in you. You haven't seen Dumb and Dumber. So,
Fuck you guys.
yes, fuck us. Anyway,
Yeah, fuck us.
yeah, we are the ones.
But you got a friend in me, by the way.
If you say so.
Yeah.
You
Juan.
got a friend in me.
Well, Juan, I'm glad you are done.
And triggered.
And triggered. Well, ladies and gentlemen, what are some TV show or movie messages that ruined the movie for you? And what are some shows, season finales or series finales that stuck with you? Tell us, we want to know. Juan, take it away.
Hey, guys, thank you very much for listening. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow us on all social media. We are at INCYC Show. You could also email us at INCYCShow@gmail.com. And you can leave us a voicemail through Anchor. We still have merch. The one shirt that we're waiting for Julio to buy, and he still hasn't bought. It is a size medium.
It's whatever size Julio wants it to be.
Yeah, it's whatever size Julio wants it to be. Other than that, guys, thank you so much for listening. And please vote out everybody else but Tarzan. No, wait.
What?
I'm tired.
Okay, well, good night, everybody. Thank you for listening.
Good night.
Good night.
Okay, I got like 5 different recordings.